Hey, it's Chris back inside Studio J. My guest today, the Kooks.
Hello. Thank you for having us
Hugh.
in.
Luke, thank you.
Yeah.
So great to have you.
Thank you.
Man, you guys have been a band for a long time, right? Almost 20 years.
Yes. Thanks for reminding
Making
everyone.
you feel old, sorry.
No, it's good. Next year is actually our 20th anniversary of the band, which
gosh.
is amazing. It's a time of gratitude, I think, for us. We've gone through ups and downs, and we're kind of, I guess things are better than ever, really, in some ways. So it's a very exciting time.
Well, before we talk about the new album, let's go back to the past. I want to hear a little bit about how you guys got together.
Yeah.
How did you form?
How did we meet?
Yeah, well, we kind of knew each other a little bit at this place called the Brit School, where we were sort of at school with Adele, Amy Winehouse, a few other people. And Luke and I were aware of each other, but not super kind of acquainted. We then ended up going to the same college in Brighton because I got rejected from the Brit School college for being a little...
They regret that now.
Yeah.
And I just saw Luke on the street. He was busking. Well, you couldn't call it busking because he wasn't earning money. There was no hat on the floor. So he was just playing his guitar.
Well, that's a true musician,
I used to
right?
do that
You're
a
just
lot.
playing because you
It's
have
a public
to play.
service.
Yeah.
Even if it was
strangers.
annoying some people. But
Yeah.
And I was just like, what on earth are you doing? You could be making some green off of that. So I was like, is that what you say here? Some green? That's
some
money?
cash. Yeah, that works.
I was
We get
trying
it.
to
Cash
make
money.
it kind of
Yeah.
America relevant. Some dough. I was going to say dough.
Dough. There you go.
And I asked if I could play it along with Sofa Song, and I wrote a solo to it, and then we kind of...
And then you started.
That's
And then
how
I
it
read
went.
it was like 3 to 4 months you signed a record deal. That seems
crazy.
so quick.
We just, we just hit a good zeitgeist because at the time, bands and people who were influenced by the same kind of music as us was quite commercially popular, I think, and labels were looking for that. And we had, I think we had a good amount of songs and good energy, and it was really quick. We didn't really know each other that well. I mean, me and Hugh knew each other a bit better probably, but the other two, it was kind of crazy. Like we'd only known each other for 3 or 4 months.
I'm amazed that you had music already written in just that short amount of time. Was it quickly after that the first album came out?
Well, yeah. I mean, we spent quite a lot of time touring, maybe like 8 months or something. We went on tour, which is the great thing. Back in those days, like labels or just artists, that was the thing you did before you went and did your album. I think now it's the opposite way around. A lot of people, the younger artists, they make the music and then they go on tour.
Right.
So we toured and we workshopped the songs, and we did. I mean, probably from when we signed, probably a year, and then we released music.
Yeah. Another really interesting difference between that first album and the new album is that you did not have to deal with all of the streaming metrics and social impressions and all that reach. That's got to add a whole nother level of anxiety when you put out music, right? Because you're now this other data you've got to track.
Yeah.
Or do you track it? Do you care about it?
Well, we have a great team.
Yeah.
But and I don't think you can think about it too much. I mean, in some ways it's even more organic than it was, I think.
Yeah.
In some ways it's not, but it's like we were still in the era of CD buying.
Right.
And so you had certain shows you could go on and all this, but social media obviously does mean that you get these it can be, people can come out of the blue.
Right.
And also for a band that's like 20 years in, it's kind of cool because an old song of ours can feel like a new song to the younger generation. So that we're quite, I don't know, balanced about it, aren't we? The whole change.
Yeah, I suppose there's a lot more control now. Like back in the day, you'd do a TV show or an interview and then you'd leave the studio and you'd be like, well, close your eyes and hope for the best, really, because there was no... But now you can control your own image, your own kind of what you put out, and you can be more tailored to your audience. And I think that kind of fosters a more powerful connection with the people that... Yeah. And that's enabled us to go for 20 years. I think that's why you get these kind of unicorns, a few of these bands who just focus on their relationship with their fans and their connection to live.
Yeah.
We've always been a touring band about the people in IRL. And so we haven't really kind of needed to hide behind a whole load of social media campaigning. It's been about the gig.
Right.
Everything sort of circles around the live event.
Well, let's talk about the new album, Never Know.
Mm.
It's been out about a month now. How's that feeling, having that finally out in the world?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. And we had quite a quick turnaround on this one, which was good. We managed to get out for summer, which was good because it's it's an uplifting sunshine record.
Yeah.
So we're really excited, and it feels like, I mean, especially back home, we're having a real moment with it. It's been like really recaptured some of the nostalgia, and also kind of slots in with some of the newer music. But it was an amazing record to make, because we just didn't really think too much about current music or anything. We just made like a proper rock and roll soul album.
Yeah.
It's just proper stripped back. There's no, there's a few computers involved, but apart from that, it was like old amps. It was like vibey, all about chemistry, and for us as musicians, that was really nice to go back to, because we made a few albums in a different way.
Is that sort of a throwback to your early days?
For real, I mean, in the way we made it, probably was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We referenced a lot of guitar tones that we used to be obsessed with back in the day, and we were trying to remember, like, what amp did we use for that song, or what pedal did we use for this song, and we wrote a wish list. And one of the beautiful things about self-production is that you can use the fee to buy your dream amps and dream equipment, and that's kind of what we did. We just went shopping and just bought all of our favorite
Did you?
toys.
So the album is self-produced.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've done that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I produced the album.
Yeah.
And so I sort of took like the kind of, led in that sense, but it was the whole vibe. I always said I was like the overseer of the production.
Right.
Is the term I use, because we know what we're doing. We've done this for a long time, and it's great to collaborate with people, but this one, I definitely had quite a strong vision for it. I'd written a lot of just the songs ahead, which I guess helped with that kind of role for me, because I came to Hugh and I was like, I really want to do this kind of soul guitar record, and everyone was very supportive. Hugh loved the idea, and it gave us just that freedom, and not having like someone who's always got an eye on, like I said, like the kind of trying to do what's popular or trying to recreate Naive from our first album. It wasn't like that. It was just very free, and we just vibed out. It's all about capturing the chemistry of four people playing music together.
Nice. 20 years going on now. If you could go back in time to your younger selves, after all that experience you've been through, what advice would you give?
Run. Run for the hills. Find yourself a nice young partner. Run for the hills and just brew tea and
Go to the mountains
and weave
go to North Carolina.
dream catchers and don't go into the music business, whatever you... No, I'm joking.
Come on now.
Come on.
I think it was very, like, we were very young,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is, I don't think you get to pick and choose. You've
No.
got to take your opportunities. That would be my advice. Not that I'm trying to lay on advice to people, but timing is everything. I don't particularly believe in the word luck. I think sometimes that can get overused, but I do believe in timing and zeitgeist. And I think we're very fortunate that, like, we just had this, everything kind of collided at the right time for us. So I don't know, but I think probably just, I always say, when people ask me this, I always say, like, I just wish that I had just tried to not overthink as much. I think like second album was really, and third album was really tricky with, and we were so young, we were like 22, and I would just be like, just don't worry so much, I think
Invest in the stock market.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
Compound
good.
interest.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Well, the
Very
new
messed
album,
up.
Never Know, is out now. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.